Is it on schedule?
It's actually still running a little bit ahead of schedule. There are certain parts that are ahead of schedule. There are certain parts that are behind schedule. So for instance, phase 2, which is the back portion of our academic wing, that is ahead of schedule. And they actually, within the next 3 or 4 weeks, will be bringing in the air handling unit. So once that's all completely put in and they get the air handler in, they'll be able to put the last finishing touches down on the floor, and then we'll be able to start moving things back there like the weight room and office things, because there's going to be a coach's office back there, and so that's ahead of schedule. What's not really ahead of schedule is we're waiting on the air handling unit for phase 3, which is the back part of our academic building. So hopefully by July we have our air handler here, but it's completely under roof, and so there's parts that are ahead of schedule, parts that are not ahead of schedule.
What's been completed?
Phase 1 is fully complete, which is everything that's up at the football field. Phase 2, which is our back of our academic area, it's under roof. It's not 100% sealed yet, which means windows, doors, weather stripping, that type of stuff. But once they have the air handler within 3 or 4 weeks, they'll go ahead and seal that completely off with windows and weather stripping, and then they'll get the floor down. In the academic wing right now, when you walk through, it's some walls are up, some walls are not up. The roof is completely on. Some windows are in, some windows are not in. There are no doors yet, and certain things are starting to be completed in the roughed in phase. If you walk into a bathroom, you can tell it's a bathroom. If you walk into a chemistry lab, you can tell it's a chemistry lab. There are no tables there, prep tables, but you can see the gas and water lines that are coming up out to kind of finish all that off.
So because of the construction, are we going to be getting any new students?
We are. We're looking at anywhere from 70 to 110, 115. They'll be coming from the redistricted area, which is the north side of Route 11, down as you go towards Harrisonburg. So we're really excited to get those new students.
What classrooms will be in the new addition?
We're going to have multiple different classrooms. We're going to have a geometry and construction classroom, as well as tech ed space. We're going to have sped classrooms. Our lab school for next year, which is our fusion program that's going to be fused with James Madison University, that will be housed over there as well. And then we're going to also have other classrooms that will have world language, social studies. It's going to be definitely science, because we're going to have science labs downstairs. So it's going to be multiple different content areas over there.
Are we going to get rid of any classrooms?
We are. So classroom right now, the classroom that Mr. Mimiaga is in is going to turn into a hallway. And it's going to be actually not just a hallway, but it's going to be called an open learning lab area. So part of it's going to be a hallway, and then the walls are going to be writing space. So if a teacher or teachers want to come out into this seated area, and they can kind of fuse classrooms or just allow for a different learning space. And then the classroom right next to him, where Miss Olmsted is, that is going to be the future broadcasting room for Gobbler News Network.
Are we going to be expanding the library?
Yes. Oh, good question, because I forgot about that. So we are actually going to be losing room 222 and 224. That's currently where Miss Hoffman is, as well as Mr. Hindley. So they're going to go in. School ends on a Wednesday this year. So on that Thursday, they're going to go in. They're going to start knocking down walls on that Thursday, the day after school ends. So 222 and 224 will be the expanded portion of the library, and there's going to be a dividable wall that's going to be put up that we can, if teachers want to use that for a quiet learning space or a reading nook or something like that, we'll be able to utilize that space in that manner.
Have any staff or students been interfering with construction?
Have they what?
Interfering.
Oh, no. Early on, there was a lot of interest in what was going on out back, so there were some people that were kind of looking around and getting too close to the fence, but no, we've had no interference between staff and students and the workers recently.
Oh, that's all we got for today. Thank you for your time.
Well, one thing I'd like to add is when you guys come back from spring break, you may notice a few things that's going to change. down outside of room 121, which is the alt ed room downstairs, right outside of the science hall. When you all come back, the downstairs doors, what are the doors now, will no longer be there. They're going to knock all of that little area out, and they extend it out by about 6 feet. And that's where the next set of doors are going to be. So there's going to be some things that take place over spring break. We're losing water completely one day so they can do some work. The goal, the big push and the big goal over spring break is to get things ready in our phase 2, which is the back end of the athletic wing. So that way we can start to try to move the weight room back there and start living in that area as a school.
Anything else you'd like to include?
That's it.
Thank you for your time.
Yep, thank you.